It's Stew! King Kong vs Godzilla is my fifth favourite Japanese movie. This begins with a touch of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and that is a good way for a movie to begin. Now, I should point out you're going to see a few Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea references in my top 5, so if you don't like Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, this list might go a bit sort of over your head. The movie is a bit too talkative and Godzilla gets all the best scenes, but you simply can't go past this motion picture of 1962. King Kong escapes his fourth place. The early sections of the movie with the submarine and flying submarine in front of you are in fact my best moments of the film. Despite being a Japanese movie, it features an American actor. The musical score is very good. King Kong looks a little weird, but personally I like King Kong Escapes. Destroy All Monsters is third place. Now, if you only think of Godzilla as what's come out of cinemas in the last 20 years, with CGI effects and all that sort of stuff, well, erase all that from your memory. The stuff from the 1960s and 1970s was a lot of fun, as this image in front of you suggests. So enjoy this movie entirely. This film has a nice budget and it has a nice pull-out-all-stops nature to the whole thing. My passion for Japanese cinema started as recently as 2022, so it is never too late to get into this stuff. So I suggest you get into the YouTube documentaries, which will sort of open your mind as to how these films were made. Godzilla vs the Smog Monster is my favourite Godzilla movie ever made, and number 2 on my list. My issue with some Godzilla movies of the 60s and 70s is that they're just too talkative, too many characters yapping away, saying very boring things. But thankfully, Godzilla vs the Smog Monster is less talkative and more focused on what should be the focus. The creatures, Godzilla and the Smog Monster, absolutely brilliant footage, especially in the last later sections of the film. The film has a slightly unusual, light-hearted tone, which I personally like, and there is also a more serious message about pollution in Japan. I strongly recommend Godzilla vs the Smog Monster of 1971. Latitude Zero is my favourite Japanese movie ever made without question. Okay, we're really getting into Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea territory with this film. Joseph Cotten plays this sort of Captain Nemo type character who has lived for a very long time, and he is absolutely brilliant in this movie. There are Japanese actors in it, but basically the focus is on the American actors. The film is a co-production between the USA and Japan, and yes, that is Cesar Romero, aka the Joker in Batman, and he is absolutely brilliant in this movie, almost the Joker without white makeup. And look who directed it. My discovery of this film was about in 2006. I found it very late. It was very hard to find. It is still very hard to find, but if you search the internet, you will indeed find Latitude Zero of 1969. Stu from Australia, signing out.